Today we're going to be making an updated spider in blockbench, and here I am in Entity Wizard. I'm just going to give the new mob a name, or I'm going to call it spiders because I'm going to make a few of them, I think, and I'm going to select spider as my starting point. Use the same behavior. Default loot, I'm not going to change any of that for now, just give it a recognizable color so I can test it out in the game in a while. I'll choose export to folder, I'll give the pack a name, spiders, give it an author name, and I'll select an image for the pack icon. There you go, export. Now here we are with the default spider. It's in a weird position when you start, but we'll begin by selecting the legs individually and resizing them. I'm going to be making a cute little jumping spider, so I'm going to give him shorter legs, sort of a bigger abdomen and big fangs on the front like jumping spiders have. I'll squash the abdomen down a bit because they often have it tilted upwards and it's a little bit flatter than it was to start off with. So I'm basically just moving things about and not changing anything drastically at the minute. Head, I've duplicated the head block and I'm going to use that to make fangs. So I'll duplicate that twice, just resize it and put it in an appropriate place at the front of the model. I have symmetry on at this point, so when I make two of them I can position them where I want them and they'll be the same on both sides. So I right clicked on the texture on the left hand side there and I've chosen scale and increased it, like doubled the size of the texture, so it was 64 by 32 I think, and I changed it to 128 by 64 just so I've got more detail in my texture. So there you go, with the two fangs. That's just the head duplicated twice. It needs to be inside the head category so it stays attached to it when the mob animates. I'm just going to move the legs, spread them out a bit and angle them differently. This isn't the position that they'll be in the game. You need to edit the animations for in the game. I'm just doing this so I can see how it looks as I'm updating the colors and changing the textures. I'll just angle them a bit, give them a bit of a dramatic jumping spider pose. There we go. Just move them back into position. They're rotating a bit strangely, so after rotating them you need to move them up into the position. Now this is going to have default spider behavior because I'm doing it through blockbench. After I've tested it out in game, I'll make another video at some point adding it to the game with mcreator so I can change the behavior of it a bit. So I've started texturing the spider now, giving it some big eyes because jumping spiders have big eyes, and a little bit of green detail because some of them are quite dramatically coloured, with reds and greens on them. I'm not going to go crazy with the colour, I'm just going to make it look nice. So I'm using a gradient tool here just to add a bit of gradient to the fangs. Then I'll go back to the paintbrush just to add some details. And be sure to get the sides of the fangs as well and the underneath. I'm going to do this as a pack with a selection of different spiders in. This is just the first one. I think I'll do some more vividly coloured, exciting ones after this. Just using the gradient tool there to add some detail to the top of the head and the abdomen and the thorax. Okay, there's some gradient. Then I'll do the same with the legs. The legs all share one piece of texture on the texture file, so if you do one, they all update at the same time. And I will make these available on my website at some point. When I get round to it, they'll be available as a free download. So subscribe if you're not already, and I'll point you to my site when I've put something downloadable on it. Now I'm adding some stripes down the legs, some hairy stripes. I've changed the opacity down a bit so I can sort of layer on some bands of colour on the legs and the body. And I'll stick with that stripy theme throughout the body. Just do some arches there just to give it the illusion of having a slightly curved form. And I'll layer on a few, getting lighter and lighter, just clicking and scribbling. I'll do the same down the sides of the abdomen. I think that's looking quite nice. I'll just continue doing this until I've added some detail to all the body parts, and then we'll take it in and have a look at it in game. There you go, some more stripes there, and I'll finish off with some stripes on the head. Just add a bit of texture and another stripe, and I quite like that. Yeah, he looks nice. A little bit more detail. Have a quick look, and then we'll take it into Minecraft. There he is, two of them scampering around. Nice. Next video I'm going to be adding some more, so follow along and I'll give a more detailed description of how to actually put it in the game if you want. Comment down below if that's what you would like to see, or if you would like to see anything else specifically. Thank you for watching.